Welcome to another episode of the Creative Circus, where fans' criticism falls on deaf ears, and the booking have gotten so bad, watching these shows make you want to shed tears. The ratings are down, everything's looking dead. We might be watching the last days of the Fed. Well, there you have it, y'all. Triple H, Nick Khan, the top executives at TKO could care less about what the fans think. All they care about is putting on the most mediocre product possible. They care about taking money from the fans so they could stuff their pockets with millions at the end of the year. Great. What business don't listen to their customers? Then after the shows, they wonder why it's like talking on a cell phone when your service is low. They get bad reception! And this is crazy. So Nick Khan spoke on a podcast at the World Congress of Sports in April, and it was reported that he said WWE will not adjust based on social media. We will never respond to social media criticism. We adjust our business based on ratings, revenue, and relevancy. This is the exact reason why the Fed is at such a low point right now. As long as the ratings are above a certain number, the revenue is above a certain number, and people keep talking about the product, they feel like nothing needs to change and they can just ride off into the sunset with that. This is also the exact reason why we get storylines like the Bloodline that will go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. This is the exact reason why you have a roster full of potential superstars, but Danhausen gets top priority and gets pushed more than almost anybody else on the roster. Have any one of y'all been in a deep sleep and somebody came and splashed water on your face? Well, WWE is finding themselves in a similar position because they're in for a rude awakening if they think this is how you go about things. Man, I remember my grandmother used to tell me back in the day, the wise learn from advice, fools learn from consequences. Raw ratings are down. Crackdown ratings are down. The attendance is down to the point where you look at WWE expenses and the supply of time is at the top of the list. Can somebody tell Nick it's only one Khan's opinion in professional wrestling we care about, and it ain't yours? The Fed has been phoning it in for a long time now, y'all, and it's obvious. Look at this. The Bloodline storyline has well surpassed anything this company has done in recent memory. It has gotten so bad it even surpassed the NWO storyline. If we're using March 26, 2001 as the date WCW ended, then the NWO storyline lasted about 4 years and 8 months. The Bloodline storyline is on the cusp of 6 years of doing the same exact thing with Roman Reigns as the tribal chief and everybody needing to acknowledge him. The only thing they've been swapping out is the people that come up the challenge for the Ola Fala to take his spot that keep failing. Besides that, everything else has literally been the same. Can we come up with anything other than what we've been doing the past 6 years, man? I think I'm gonna need some Tylenol, some Motrin, some Benadryl. I'm getting so sick of this storyline, man. The Bloodline reminds me of shopping at a thrift store. Oh. Why you say that, Bobby Monsoon? Think about it. This storyline is nothing new! Wait, I made a mistake, y'all. There is something new now that I think about it. Y'all remember Jacob Fatu was just doing the Tonga death grip, and I was just saying how he's one of WWE's most believable characters? Well, in a blink of an eye, they turned the Samoa werewolf into the Samoa dance machine after he was recently spotted at a live event yeeting and having the time of his life. Great, you can't make this up! Oh, why you say that, Bobby that's liking, commenting, subscribing, hyping everybody in my lives multiple times in a week, all the people in the chat. I want to thank everybody, man. Y'all really helped the channel grow. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. BobbyMonsoon.com. And why you say that shirt now? Back to the content! Dynamite started off with the big Hebrew MJF putting the Triple B on the line against Mr. You mess with the bull, you get the hearts, Rouge. Rouge put people on notice, man. He's here. He's not a jobber. He's not a mid-carder. He's somebody that people need to be considering to put at the top of the AEW card, man. A no countouts match. They're fighting outside of the ring, man. Rouge, he usually has squash matches, man. He usually getting his competition up out of there quick. You know that wasn't going to happen with MJF. You know there's a slip up with Darby Allin. You know what I mean? That happened. We're going to act like it didn't happen. But, you know what I mean? You go against MJF 9 times out of 10, it ain't going to be no squash match. You're going to have to literally put MJF in the dirt to get the Triple B from his hands again, man. Rouge got color early, man. They exposed the turnbuckle. MJF got hit with the turnbuckle. Rouge got hit with the turnbuckle. This was a fire match, man. At the end, dog, Rouge passed out before he tapped out. That's how you go out, bro. MJF winds up winning the match, man. Now, this was a predictable match. We all knew MJF was gonna win, but you got Mark Briscoe on MJF bumper, man. Mark Briscoe, he had a match with Lio Rush. Of course, Mark Briscoe was going to beat Lio Rush, but Lio Rush, my God, his character is getting over more and more and more every week, man. They had a fire match. Mark Briscoe wins, but he cuts a promo, man. He's telling MJF, yo, bro, you remember the last time we was in that ring and we had that Fade who came out on top? MJF is telling Mark Briscoe, you ain't ready yet, bro. You ain't go through enough yet. You're not a face that belongs to be represented by AEW. So it's interesting where they're gonna go from here, man. Now, there's a lot of people in my chat, in my live, they were saying that, man, we wondering what is going to happen with MJF. You know, whoever he fights at Forbidden Door, he's probably going to win that match. The question is, July 26th, I think Redemption is going to be in Canada. And a lot of people in my chat, especially my man Chris Collins, he was like, yo, bro, he's dropping the title to Kenny Omega at Redemption. Now, I disagree, man. I think the Triple B is going to walk in all in London with the champion, man, but I don't know, man. Kenny Omega, he's making a great case, man. Kenny Omega been talking to Will Ospreay. Remember, Kenny Omega wants one more shot, one more run with the AEW championship. I think it's going to be fire either way it goes, but I think All In, the main event, it needs to be MJF at the top of the card, no questions asked. Whether you want to do a triple threat match with MJF, Kenny Omega, and Will Ospreay, or you just want to do MJF and Will Ospreay, either one. I know MJF better be in that main event at All In. Next, you got Tekla cutting a fire promo, man. Mrs. Disrespectful. I might gotta name Tekla that. Mrs. Disrespectful, straight hawk the loogie right on the Stardom logo. Gave it a middle finger as well, man. She's letting it be known she doesn't respect the company or nothing like that. This is going into a match at Forbidden Door. Against who? I don't know. Somebody got to come out of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Stardom, or whatever indie company that's going to be at Forbidden Door and address Tekla, man. I think Tekla should be the champion going into All In. She's been doing an incredible job just getting heat, being a good character, great matches. She's just been a solid overall character. She's been holding the women's division down since Toni Storm left and since Mercedes Moné left. Speaking of Mercedes Moné, the CEO's back! The CEO is back, man. New music and all. She was the wild card tonight. A lot of us expected the CEO to come back, and she's finally back, man. She got against Alex Windsor. That was a fire match. Of course, she's went over. Now, we all know that Mercedes Moné is going to win the Owen, but do we? Mr. Tony Khan, Mr. Curveball, could throw the curveball, man. Athena is catching a lot of momentum. He's been building Athena up for a very long time now. Remember, all in last year, she won the gauntlet. Like, literally, as this day, she's one of the longest reigning Ring of Honor champions of all time. One of the longest reigning champions in professional wrestling. Men or women of all time. I forgot how long her reign is, but it's pretty long, man. Athena has been doing a great job. She's next up to carry the women's division on her back, man. Especially you got Zoe Stark coming to AEW, hopefully. You got Bayley, hopefully, coming to AEW. The women's division could look a lot crazier in the next few months. Remember, Toni Storm is still out too, so we could be expecting her at any time also. Shout out to Mercedes Moné. We missed her in the ring, man. So I want to see what she's going to be doing the next few weeks besides completely dominating the Owen tournament. Oh yeah, you had an announcement from Kevin Knight saying he's going to join the Don Callis family. The Jet. Kevin Knight made the best decision he could have did for his career, and that's join Don Callis, especially since we put the knife in the back of Takeshita. Fire match from Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey, man. They had some fire spots in this match, man. I think Kevin Knight looked good, man. There's only two people I wanted to see Kevin Knight team up with as far as wrestler and manager. It was either Don Callis or Stokely, man. Stokely would have been fire. It would have got a lot of heat, but I think Kevin Knight being with Don Callis, it gets a tad more heat because everybody's so sick of the Don Callis family being the strongest family in professional wrestling. Get over it! Speaking of the Don Callis family, you got a headache that we have, man. You got Andrade. This my man, bro. I love Andrade, man. He had a squash match tonight. That wasn't important. The important part was he's grabbing the mic. He's trying to still not listening to my OG, man. He's still calling out MJF for what? We cut MJF the check to be associates with the family. We gonna stay out of MJF way. Let him get the Triple B. Let him ride into All in London. Let him take AEW to the next level. Andrade don't want to hear none of my calls. Andrade won't want to hear nothing I'm saying. He thinks the AEW championship need to be around his waist. I respect that, man. But just don't step over my OG too much, man. Last but not least, you have one of the best main events I've seen on Dynamite. Now, I have to put this number 2 of my favorite Dynamite main events this year. The first Swerve and Kenny Omega. I know, don't be surprised. Swerve versus Kenny Omega. I gotta put that as the best match I've seen on Dynamite in 2026 so far. This is very close, man. Will Ospreay, Mark Davis. Oh my gosh, a fire match for the Owen, man. These dudes is fighting tooth and nail. Tony Khan, I gotta give Tony Khan a round of applause, man. What Tony Khan is able to do with Mark Davis, dog. From him being in a tag team with Jake Doyle. Jake Doyle got hard. Mark Davis just shot to the top, putting the national title on notice, man. Letting people respect the national title. Him going into Owen, dominating. He just ran into a Will Ospreay it's gonna be hard to beat this version of Will Ospreay with John Moxley in the back helping him, man. Oh my God, man. Speaking of helping him, you had the Don Callis family. Mark Davis was in some trouble. The Don Callis family was going to come in. We was going to save the day, make sure Mark Davis came out on top, but then you had the Death Riders come out and save Will Ospreay, man. They was rumbling all crazy, man. Pac! Even though Pac don't like Will Ospreay, man, he was very integral in this point. He was very important in this match of helping Will Ospreay go over. Fire main event, fire Dynamite, one of my favorite Dynamites of the year, to be honest, man. The best Dynamite I've probably seen was Blood and Guts, but this is up there, man. Fire show. I felt like it was almost no filler in this Dynamite. If you want to pick out anything as far as filler, it would have to be Andrade in the squash match. Literally, nothing else was filler. This is what firing on all cylinder is. Paul Levesque! I don't know what you're doing over there, but let me know in the comments what you think about that. What do you think about Dynamite, man? Was this one of your favorite shows? Shout out to my man Gregory, man. He was actually in attendance. He let us know in the chat, man, the building was on. It was electric. It was electrifying. in the stadium or wherever venue they was at, man. Let me know what you think about, oh, Nick Khan doesn't care about social media criticism. That's why Crackdown ratings are down. That's why Raw ratings are down. It's crazy, man. Also, let me know what do you think about the Bloodline storyline? When these numbers really come out, dog, this ran longer than the NWO. This ran longer than any other type of faction in WWE ever had. A lot of them, it ran longer than them put together. This is insanity. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that, man. I'll see you Friday on Crackdown. And I think I might try something new on Friday, you know what I mean? I might gotta switch things up. You know, unfortunately, last week the stream got disrupted. I'm trying to erase that from my memory. But this week, I might try to just watch Crackdown early so we could just, you know what I mean, get it out of here. I'm gonna let y'all know. I keep y'all updated. I'll post something on the community post, man, because Crackdown is gonna be they're gonna be in Italy still. So sometimes I think that when we get the reactions right when it's done, it's a little bit different. So I'll switch it up. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. It's probably Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Bow!